You're listening to the Dre Area Sports Show, live on YouTube and X. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
There was another thing I want to talk about, which is this right here. ESPN had the 49ers as a 10th best starting lineup in the NFL. And here's the top 10. Baltimore, Philadelphia, Detroit, Buffalo, Kansas City, Denver, Washington Commanders, Los Angeles Rams, the Bengals, and then the Niners. How do you see this lining up? I mean, do you think the Niners are the 10th best starting lineup, or do you think this is their number 10 because of the fact there's a lot of question marks surrounding certain players, obviously CMC?
Well, San Francisco is 10, and the Bengals are 9. We have a big problem because the Bengals haven't signed their first-round pick, nor do they seem like they want to sign their best edge rusher in Trey Hendrickson. So that's a big question mark for me. And their offensive line really isn't that good either. Now, San Francisco, I think, is more of a – their pendulum can swing really far in the good side and the green and really far in the red if things go awry for them. But I'm shocked Philadelphia isn't higher on the list. They retained most of their guys on defense and most of their guys on offense, and they just won a Super Bowl in a very, humiliating fashion against Kansas City. I'm shocked they aren't higher. I don't think the Bills should be that high, in my opinion, but the Niners, to me, like any preseason ranking, wherever they have San Francisco, whether it is 10 or 12 or 8, they are one of the teams that can fluctuate so high and so low, where I'm not opposed to this, but I do think that by the end of the year, if things go right, if you're talking about top 5, top 6 again, but if things go wrong, we're talking about, low teens, maybe low 20s for a team like San Francisco. But again, a lot of it hinges on can guys stay healthy, because if they can, it should be a really good team. But if they can't, it's going to be a big question mark.
Yeah, and looking at the Bengals, like you had just mentioned, they haven't signed Shamar Stewart. They haven't signed Trey Hendrickson.
Make the trade, Trey. Make the trade.
They got to do dude. If I'm the Niners, I'm calling about both those guys and saying, hey, do you want to trade either one of them? Because the quote we got from the Bengals owner doesn't sound like they want to sign Shamar Stewart anytime soon. It just looks so bad. I was like, dude, this is bad ownership. This is the guy you drafted. How did you not know that he wanted a certain kind of contract? Just give it to him. I mean, goddamn.
That contract is also one that almost every single player in the first round gets of okay, we're trusting you to not go to the whole thing is they don't think they want to pay him, or they don't want to pay him if he goes to jail or prison, which seems pretty logical. If I got arrested, I'm probably not going to get a paycheck.
But we don't even know if he's going to go to jail or go to prison, but still.
It's more of a provision of just in case you do some stupid shit, it's not going to cost us. Whereas if you're Shamar Stewart, I get you want to protect yourself and get guarantees in case you do something wrong, but is he assuming he may go to jail or prison by not signing that? It's a weird... it looks bad on both sides, and I really think the Bengals have shown themselves to be kind of the horse's ass of organizations this offseason.
And that's what I'm saying. To have them ranked ahead of San Francisco, that's crazy. I mean, basically all you're saying is, dude, they got a hell of a good quarterback and 2 really good receivers. But that's really what they have. And so that puts them ahead of San Francisco. Why? Because there's probably question marks surrounding Christian McCaffrey and his health. And there's question marks surrounding the 49ers receiving core. You don't have Brandon Ayuk. You don't have Deebo Samuel anymore. You're going with Juwan Jennings, who wants a new contract, apparently. We're going you go with Pearsall, who's already has hamstring problems. So that's what they're basing this off of. I don't see them as 10. I see them higher than that. I think their roster is better than the Rams. I'm sorry, Devontae Adams and an old Matt Stafford. I don't see that being the winning combination to get you back to the Super Bowl. At the very least, they could be a wild card team and then see what happens when they get into the playoffs. The Commanders, I'm going to tell you I'm going to throw this out there right now. I think the Commanders are going to be one of the most overrated teams next season. And I think because of the fact that they went to the NFC title game, their schedule is going to be a lot harder. They're going to be taking on more competitive teams. Last season, they had a cake schedule, and they were able to breeze through it. Same with the Vikings. They had a cake schedule because they were bad, or they weren't as good. And we saw throughout the season the Vikings just dominated, and then they got to the playoffs, and then Darnold turned back into a pumpkin, and everything fell apart.
Yeah, I really wouldn't be shocked. Like for all the talk of things hinge on Christian McCaffrey's health and the Niners' young defense and to perform and kind of raise their stock throughout the year to make them better. The Bengals have an entire new defensive coaching staff. Again, their top 2 edge rushers aren't even signed yet, and it's a pretty pivotal one for a project in Stewart to be out there. So that can easily knock them down. And for as good as Joe Burrow is and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins can be, they didn't go to the playoffs last year, despite how good the offense was. Matthew Stafford's already hurt. He's inching closer towards 40. Can he last the whole year? I know he's a gamer, but he was also hurt 2 years ago. And so there really is no promise that Stafford makes it through the entire year. And then, here comes Jimmy Garoppolo. And we all know what that means for the Rams. Like you said, the Commanders' tougher schedule in year number 2 of Jaden Daniels. You have Deebo Samuel, but Terry McLaurin's not signed. There's so many things with the teams ranked ahead of San Francisco that can drop them in the standings. Bo Nix in year 2, is that going to be a sophomore slump? Is that going to be an ascension? Who knows? The Chiefs are getting older. Travis Kelce really wasn't great halfway through last season, albeit they went to the Super Bowl anyways. But then the Lions, no Ben Johnson, no Aaron Glenn. Their entire coaching staff is brand new, or at least they're all assistants now promoted. There's no promise the Lions are as good. We have not seen Jared Goff without Ben Johnson in Detroit since he got there. Like there are a lot of things ahead of San Francisco that can drop the teams ranked ahead of them. So, and Strawberry reacts. Yes, Stafford already hurt his back and will be eased into training camp in the next couple of days. So Stafford's already hurt. Now it could have been I slept wrong and I'm old and I got 3 or 4 kids and I bent over the wrong way. Who knows? But
who knows?
Stafford's already injured. Like there's like a lot can go wrong for almost every single team not named the Ravens, the Bills, and Philadelphia ranked ahead of San Francisco.
I mean, bending over to pick up the cat at his age. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, dude.
Looking at the Commanders' schedule, now it sounds like we're like a Commanders channel, but like week 1 and week 2, that's even the preseason. Here we go, regular season. Week 1 is against the New York Giants, so I think they're going to show out, and everyone's going to be like, "Well, the Commanders are good." But then week 2, Green Bay Packers. Later in the season, week 5, the Chargers. Week 6, the Bears, and then later on in the season, they take on the Cowboys, the Chiefs, the Seahawks, the Lions, the Dolphins, the Broncos. And then at the end of the year, they have Eagles, Cowboys, Eagles. So that's tough. They're going against their 2 matchups against the Eagles are at the end of the season, week 16 and week 18, which can depict a lot for this team depending on how they play throughout the season. So I really feel like the Commanders are going to be a little bit overrated. Are they going to be a good team? Yes, but they're putting a lot of stock into acquiring Deebo Samuel.
Yeah.
I don't see Deebo having. I see him having a year like he had last year.
I think it'll be a little better. I think so much went wrong for San Francisco where Deebo, although wasn't great by any means, I think he'll have a better year. The energy's better. But on the Commanders, side of things, Dak Prescott's back in Dallas. Whether that means much, I have no idea, but they were definitely a benefactor of the Dallas Cowboys, having Trey Lance and Cooper Rush play quarterback a couple of times against them. Even the Giants aren't going to have, Tommy DeVito under center or Daniel Jones under center. It'll be Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, the rookie they drafted in the first round. And they now have, Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau, and they have Abdul Carter out there. So, it's going to be a new year for a lot of teams. And I don't think the Giants are going to be great by any means, but that defense, for as bad as it's been at times in the last couple of years under Brian Daboll, there are other games they come to play. And if they can get some competent quarterback play, they're going to be in some fights late. And I wouldn't be shocked to watch the Commanders go from a 11, 12-win team, 13-win team to about 10 and go, yep, that makes sense. Harder schedule, year 2. Your division got better around you in year 2 of Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Dre Area Sports Show is brought to you by SeatGeek. Use promo code Dre Area Sports to save $20 on your first purchase at SeatGeek.com. And we are also brought to you by Taryn Roy, the SEO optimizer. If you're looking to boost your YouTube channel, Then check out the SEO Optimizer. Use promo code Dre Area Sports to start your free trial today. Power Brand Systems. If you're looking to build a website for your small business or YouTube channel, then check out Power Brand Systems. Use promo code 300POWER to save up to $300 on your first purchase at Power Brand Systems.